Hey guys, so it's here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to the video that I've been kind of talking about that I was going to make for the past few weeks, and it is my impressions of TFT. So it's been out now for a couple of weeks on live servers. It was on the PB for a couple of weeks before that. It's done pretty well, you know, I think for a game mode. It's got high viewer numbers on Twitch, pretty good YouTube following, not just on my channel, you know, entirely it's doing quite well. And what surprises me as well is, you know, Riot, I guess, asked Twitch to separate the game in a separate category, because technically TFT is within League of Legends, the game, but imagine the analytics for Riot if they kept TFT within League of Legends for Twitch viewing and stuff like that, but they didn't. But this video, again, is going to be going over what do I like about TFT, how do I overall think about it, and then some things that, one, I think that could be a little bit better or could be improved, and also what you guys thought. So for the past couple of weeks in my TFT videos, I've been mentioning a QT, the website that obviously I have a partnership with, that you guys can express your opinions, give feedback about certain topics, and the recent discussion that we had was TFT. What do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? So I read a lot of comments on there, and yeah, I kind of digested it all, and in this video I'll be going over what are the main, I think, are roughly 3 things that people had to say about TFT of what they would like to improve. So, to begin with, the game mode itself, I am a big fan of the game mode. I think people know this pretty easily. But yeah, I like the game mode. I think it's great, and it's a nice, what I would deem a yin-yang to League of Legends. To me, TFT is the ultimate chill game mode, and I know to some people, they still stress about it, and they claim RNG and luck. But to me, it's a game mode that I can chill. I can, you know, after a stressful day or stressful solo queue game, I'll go into a TFT game and literally I play one-handed. I just sit back on my chair, I have my hand like on my head here, and I just play with the mouse. Obviously you can play with the keyboard, there's keybinds, but you don't have to. And I just really like that. It's never going to be a thing for me that I'll ever get frustrated about or, you know, rage about. You know, I don't rage in League, but it's never going to be that game mode for me. And it's nice now we have something like that within League of Legends. So yeah, I love that. You know, I will be playing the ranked game mode, by the way. But I don't know, you know, I'm going to be trying to climb, and we will be doing a series on it, you know, occasionally. Maybe it'll go on the second channel, and maybe the occasional episode will come on the main channel just to remind people it's happening on the second channel. But yeah, I will be playing ranked, we'll be doing a series on it, but it's never going to be something like, I have to get Diamond in TFT. It'll be nice if I do, but it's not a must. It's my secondary game mode, it's going to be my chill game mode, which I think is very, very good. What I like about it is I do generally like the auto chess game mode, and obviously bias 100%. It's nice that we have a League of Legends setting one, but a slight negative already that I have had from some of my friends. They don't play League, and they actually are finding the learning curve to be quite steep. For League of Legends players, we generally know that if you said, oh, who's going to be in the Pirate class, you can name who you think would be in the Pirate class straight away. The Noble class, the Glacial class, because we know League of Legends, we have a pretty good understanding of what is going to be where if my friend is new, and several of them now are, they have no idea. You know, it's like, nah, what the hell is he? He's wild? Okay. You know, they don't know the champions or anything like that. So that is the one thing, maybe a slightly better tutorial. You know, even some of the auto chess game modes that you can press a button and you get a full list of every single hero in the game. I think TFT needs that, and I think it needs it pretty soon, because it is seeming to be it's a hard thing for newer players. You know, when Skara, obviously content creation wise, has blown up, a lot of the reason that Skara has blown up is because he's been providing basically the tutorial videos and the tutorial spreadsheets and images that Riot should have been providing themselves. It's great that Skara is doing it, but even in game, there needs to be a menu that you can kind of go, oh, I'm going for Noble, what else is Noble? And it's like an image of the champion. We don't have that yet. So that is something that needs to get better. But again, that wasn't even in the QT feedback. That's just, I have some university friends that we have been for years trying to find a game to play together. There's 4 of us. Some of us like shooting games, some of us like League, and we haven't really found it. Well, TFT is now that game. So every Thursday, me and my friends are playing together, and we're playing TFT. And 2 of them are not League players, and they're not picking it up incredibly quick. So yeah, that is just one quick thing. So generally there's a lot of positives about TFT, and the big thing I will say, you have to remember that this is technically still in beta. So any, like, none of the negativity of what I'm going to say are bugs. We all know that the bugs exist, and you should, and like I do, accept that those bugs are just part of the game right now. I literally just played a game on stream, and I lost a round because my Rengar literally sat there and did nothing for 10 seconds when he could have. So yeah, that was annoying, but I've accepted it's a bug, which is fine. So now we can kind of get on to the things that, people would like to improve in the game. And that's not, again, some people say you're getting quite quick into the improvement. Basically because the game mode is very good. There's nothing I hate about the game mode. And everything else I pretty much like. But there are things that I would like to improve in the game mode. And this is also directly coming from you guys, the feedback in the QT. So number one, the Carousel. So Carousel was a new feature that TFT obviously implemented to be different than other auto chess game modes, and it's pretty hit or miss. And for hit or miss for a couple reasons to me personally. One, the aspect that you're obviously around in a circle and all the champions are moving as well can actually hurt you quite a lot. And, the game has quite a lot of RNG elements in it. It's an RNG game mode with skill involved. But then when you're on the Carousel, and let's say you're doing a strategy, you're actually doing a strategy to lose the early game to get the lost gold, to then also be first on the Carousel. It's happened to me that I'm at the bottom of the Carousel, for example. The thing that I want when I get released is at the top left, but because it's moving that way around, I go that way around, and by the time I get to that thing, the other person who had the next lower health or whatever got released from the top of the Carousel and got the thing that I wanted before I could get there, where technically I was supposed to have an advantage. You don't have an advantage in that situation. So that's my only big gripe with the Carousel, is that maybe it adds a bit too much RNG to already an RNG game mode, potentially. The other thing with the Carousel that I definitely think, because I think the Carousel is more or less going to stay, one thing that I think Riot could definitely do is please remove minion block from the Carousel. It is already becoming meta to BM, so bad manner, your opponents by getting in the way of things on the Carousel. I don't like that at all. To me, again, this is a chill game mode. Even in ranked, it's going to be fairly chill. And again, it's happened to me maybe once or twice, so not much, but someone is blocking, and literally they're moving their character on top of something, and because you go for it and the game is bad with pathing, your character gets nudged into something else. I don't think that should be a thing. I personally just don't. Again, you guys can let me know in the comments. Do you think that's a thing or not? I personally don't think it should be a thing, and maybe there should always, the no unit collision in the Carousel. I think that would make it a little bit healthier overall. So that's my two things on the Carousel. It's a little bit too RNG, and also please no unit collision. The next thing is items. So this is the biggest complaint that people had about the game, and Riot is fixing things. So by the time this video comes out, in a couple days' time, there's a new patch, and items are somewhat getting not balanced, because I think items are relatively broken in TFT, and we'll get onto that in a second. But the biggest complaint was people saying the consistency of items. One game I get 0 items, one game I get 10 items. Where's the consistency? And again, that's the pure RNG element. In the next patch, Riot is somewhat helping that situation by every single PvE round. I'm not sure for the first 3 rounds, I'm not sure for those, but every round after that, I do know you'll be guaranteed 1 item. So at least you'll be getting something per PvE round, and yes, that does include the dragons as well. They do 100% give an item. So yeah, you'll be getting more items guaranteed, and you can get more. So say the wolves, there's 5 wolves, you're guaranteed 1 from the alpha wolf, but you could get 3 items from other wolves. You might not, or you might. So there's still RNG elements to there, but at least you're getting something. Because obviously it feels bad, man, when you're doing the PvE rounds, you're looking at other people's benches, they've got like 4 items from wolves, and you got 1 or none. It's like, ooh. So that will help a little bit. But then going on to the other point of items, some people, and I potentially agree, think items are a bit too strong in TFT. For instance, every single comp that has pretty much been shown to be broken or has abused something has 100%, from my knowledge, been to do with items in TFT. The Locket strategy is Locket the item. The Akali strategy is the Ludens with death caps. Everything seems to be a bit too strong with items. Like Draven by himself is pretty strong, but you stack a Draven with items, oh my god. You stack an Aurelion Soul with items, oh my god. Maybe items are a bit too overpowered for TFT, because I personally would prefer a game mode of auto chess that isn't reliant on what item drops for you, rather what synergies you build. That's personally what I would like, but obviously there's going to be different strokes for different folks. Some people would like the items being what makes the difference, and some people will like the synergies. I'm definitely on the synergy side, not the item side. So for me personally, I'd like if items are toned down a little bit. Now finally, so those are the two big things so far, the carousel and items. The final thing is the time that a game takes. Now, I don't really know if Riot can do much about this, but again, for speaking to a lot of people, people are taking this as their casual game mode, if they're a League of Legends player at least. Maybe if you're a pure TFT player now, you don't mind, but roughly a half an hour a playtime, sometimes it's lasted longer. I think that's a bit long for this type of game mode myself. Again, you can disagree with me, that is okay. But there are things that I think Riot could do to speed up the game mode somewhat. One thing that was suggested on the QT was a ready button. So somewhere on the screen, in the planning phase of every single round, there should be a ready button that you can click. If everybody clicks it before the round starts, the round can start early. And, that might not save a lot of time, but I have literally been there, sitting there for 10 seconds, and everybody's ready. And it's like, oh, why are we sitting here for 10 seconds? Also on the carousel, sometimes after the last things in the carousel have been chosen, it can take 5-10 seconds. If we can just speed that up a little bit more, if you can save a minute, 2 minutes by ready checking, or the carousel speeding up a little bit, it can save maybe in the long run, 2-3 minutes from a match, and that might not seem a lot, but if you save, let's say the average TFT game is half an hour, and if Riot can speed it up a bit to save 3 minutes per game, that means every 10 games of TFT you play, with speeding up the game, technically one of your games is now free time that you got because the game mode's slightly faster now. So that's the kind of thing that you could think about. You could play a little bit more if the game mode sped up. And I don't think it would impact gameplay at all if it was just sped up a little bit. Obviously, another thing that TFT does that others don't, there's a whole animation of jumping into a portal, and that takes time too. A good 5 seconds every single time that happens. Maybe that could be cut down a bit. So just to get it a little bit quicker, I think would help the game mode quite a bit. But other than that, again, as you can kind of tell, these are relatively small things that just could be improvements. They're not really complaints. And I think the balance team is very good. I know one of the balance team members, a little bit spoken, it's Sat Magic. He used to be the head of ranked. I think he's now moved on to TFT. I don't actually know who's the head of ranked anymore. But yeah, I've got a direct line to him. I've spoken to him a little bit about TFT, and I will say, this video, he may watch it, or the comment section, let me know what you think of TFT. But the best place, if you want to have your voice heard about TFT, is the QT that will be linked in the description. The guys over at QT, which again is a partnership website with me, they're going to be in the next couple of days making an actual report of all the feedback that you guys have given in that QT, and then I'm going to give that report to Ed, Sat Magic, who's one of the head designers of the game mode. So if you do still have, if there's something that I haven't said in this video of my feedback, and it's overall really good, but these 3 things could be improved, if you're like, well, what about that thing? Go on the QT, put it in the QT, and it will likely end up in the report, and Riot will probably end up seeing it. But yeah, that is going to be this video. Again, not a very quick one, and you'll notice the video footage in the background. I have a dilemma because obviously, what do I do? Do I cut this video short and then you don't see the whole TFT match? So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But if by now the video, me speaking, ends, but the TFT match continues, feel free to watch it until the end. Have it in the background, do something else. Because I know there will be complaints of people kind of gone, Huz, I wanted to see the end. What happened? So I guess I'll just leave it playing. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I don't think there's anything else TFT wise. Oh, one final thing is a lot of people have been talking about how are they going to differentiate League and TFT when it comes to level. Will there be a level for TFT? And some people say, why doesn't TFT give experience? I just want to clean that point up very quickly. The reason why TFT does not give you experience apart from your first victory of the day, if you win, is what Riot don't want is they're going to have a new player base coming to TFT who don't play League of Legends. What they don't want is that person purely playing TFT for 6 months. They get an account to level 30 by just playing TFT, and then they jump into ranked in League of Legends because it's the shared XP. That's why they are not going to give XP for TFT. I'm guessing, you know, right now we've got the TFT beta pass. Obviously, there's going to be an actual pass that you can buy down the line. I'm guessing they might just do like a TFT level itself that is separate because that's the reason. Again, when you think about it, it does make 100% sense, but that is the reason. But that's it. If you guys did enjoy, throw a like on the video. Let me know what you think of TFT again in the comment section or on the QT. Yeah, if you could do me a massive favor and hit the like button, that would mean a bunch to me. Ding the bell if you haven't, and if you're subscribed. But I'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Exciting, isn't it?
Darkness rises! Die by my hand and rise.
Shall we? No cure for fools.
Should have run. shall show them what it is to fall.